Kiriko in Overwatch 2. Kiriko is a highly flexible and mobile support with an incredibly fluid and dynamic playstyle. The goal of Kiriko is to abuse her mobility by assisting divers or flankers in powerful off-angle positions, or to take these positions yourself. Her range on both her damage and healing, as well as her teleport cooldown, allows her to play split from her team safely. Keep in mind, the depth and greediness of these angles will depend on yours and the enemy's composition, as well as the map. You cannot be a fully passive healer or shield break focused support with Kiriko, as not only has the game evolved beyond that support playstyle, there are numerous supports in Overwatch 2 that do that job better than Kiriko. Ana and Moira are better heal bots, Zen is a better tank buster, and Baptiste is better at both. You must be willing to limit test your ability to assist and control angles, and abuse the mobility and flexibility that Kiriko has in her kit. This is why I would classify Kiriko as an advanced support and a hero that will be difficult to play for lower ranks. Start by looking to assist your DPS or tank on flanks, and look for sightlines with which you can spam your kunai safely. Use your heals on teammates that you can see. The goal is to be able to assist teammates all across the map as needed, while maintaining consistent pressure from your damage onto enemies, and to not die in the process. If you're stuck looking at an enemy shield in your own team's backline for too long, you're either doing something wrong, or perhaps you need to swap. Next, ability breakdown. Her healing Afuda do 26 healing per pair, 13 each, for a total of 130 for the full set of 5. It automatically reloads without you having to do anything. Healing Ofuda auto-lock, but it takes a quick second before they do so keep that in mind. They have good range if you have good aim. The range of your healing Ofuda opens up the opportunity for you to be able to take angle and flank positions split from your team while still being able to support them. Kunai, your damage. 40 damage per body shot, 120 damage per headshot. When you're fully focused on healing, you can weave one shot between your heals like a Baptiste gun. Most of the time, however, you'll be focusing mostly on your mouse 1 damage and weaving in your heals as necessary. Kunai are horrible versus shields with a low damage and low fire rate. It is important that you take angles and positions that allow you to shoot squishies or even enemy DPS. Aim at head level and spam. Swift Step. Swift Step is a fast TP escape option with a 7-second cooldown. It purges some effects and can be used on flying targets as well. There's also a small invulnerability frame during its animation with which you can use to dodge damage. Swift Step allows you to play aggressive angles or to help aggressive angles. Like Winston Jump, try to take space without using TP and then have TP as an escape cooldown. If you do use your TP aggressively, make sure that you have your protection Suzu, are TPing to high ground, TPing to corners, or some other safe location that will allow you to buy time so that you'll have your TP back just in case you need it to escape. Protection Suzu. Basically a Wraith form. It's not just a purge, it actually gives you invulnerability for a period of time, healing you for a small amount and making you almost impossible to target, as well as purging most CC in the game. It does a small heal and makes your target and anybody else hit by it completely invulnerable to damage for a brief period of time. Obviously this is good for cleansing and countering ults, but it can also be used to help you take flanks, win duels, or deny initial bursts from the enemies onto you or your teammates. Kitsune Rush. Triples the rate at which you regenerate your cooldowns, as well as allowing you to move and act faster. And it lingers outside of the effect. Usually better earlier mid-fight as an engage tool, as it really does a lot of pressure on the enemy team. But it can also be used selfishly in situations where you really need to win a duel. Keep in mind, this ultimate can be blocked by Mei walls and hard structures like buildings. Lastly, keep in mind that you have wall climb, but that you cannot lunge or double jump like Genji or Hanzo. Also, don't forget your support passive, 10 self-healing per second if you don't take damage for a period of time. Some key matchups to be aware of. Jungler Queen and Ana, your protection Suzu cleanses anti. Hanzo, Ashe, Sojourn, Widow. Snipers can really ruin the spam angles that you might want to take with Kiriko. Diva eats your damage, your healing, and your protection Suzu, and she has a 3-second matrix now. Watch out. Mei blocks ultimate, as mentioned earlier. Kiriko synergizes with dive and does well versus dive. Just make sure that you have that swift step available. Kiriko in general does very well with dive compositions or more mobile compositions. Kiriko does very poorly versus long-range sniper compositions when she doesn't have a dive hero of her own to play with, and she also doesn't do very well in brawl short-range compositions like a Reinir. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and that's it.